All right, gentlemen, are we ready for another episode of Mario Kart Double Dash? After the whirlwind of last night, it's time to recount our epic adventures. Joe, we're all ears for your legendary tale.
Well, my friends, last night was quite the escapade. I embarked on a journey of epic proportions to the heart of my kitchen. The goal was clear: seek out the ultimate late-night snack. But alas, the path was full of twists and turns, and I may or may not have gotten sidetracked along the way.
Joe, you got the most fascinating quest. I've seen kitchens, believe me, and nobody navigates them like you do. Nobody.
And what about you, Donald? Pray tell, what's the latest report from the grandeur of Trump Tower?
Let me tell you, folks, my evening was tremendous. I had a meeting of the utmost importance with my advisors, Melania, Ivanka, and the whole team. We gathered to discuss matters of global consequence, like the true champion of ice cream flavors. Naturally, I've always had the best flavors, the most exquisite, just so you know.
Diplomacy, Trump style, and ice cream summit, I like that.
Now, last night, I decided to don the apron and take on the role of a gourmet chef extraordinaire. Armed with aspirations of culinary greatness, I set out to craft a dinner masterpiece. However, by the time I was through, my kitchen looked more like a culinary battleground than a chef's haven.
You were seeking change, not just in politics, but in flavor profiles, I gather.
Kitchens are tough, Barack, very tough. To make the best dinners, you need the best kitchens. I've seen kitchens, and let me tell you.
On the topic of dinners, let me regale you with last night's gastronomic delight. I called upon the culinary expertise of a local pizzeria and ordered their signature pepperoni pizza, complete with the piece de resistance, an extra topping that, for the life of me, I can't seem to remember at this very moment.
Extra mystery, Joe?
Just like my secret recipe, folks. Trust me, it's the best recipe. Tremendous.
Watch out, Donald. That shell is packed with a dose of hope.
I'm a shining star on this track, much like I aim to be at those important evening gatherings. Well, at least I believe that's the case.
Blue shells are the best of the best, just like blue ties. Believe me, nobody has bluer ties than me.
Expertly avoiding blue shells, Donald. Maybe you can offer lessons in evading questions as well.
Lightning strikes again, much like the impact of my groundbreaking speeches, or at least that's what I'm told.
I won the popular vote. I'm telling you, this game is rigged just like the elections.
Oh, come on, Donald. We all know it's all about the strategy and the skills, just like in politics.
Oh, God, Donnie.
All right, as much as I enjoyed last night's stories, let's not forget we're here for another round of Mario Kart Double Dash, folks.
I'm always up for a rematch, believe me. Rematches are my thing, just like winning.
And I'll be bringing my secret strategy. Just don't ask me what it is.
Well, and what if I want to know it? I'm genuinely intrigued. What kind of strategies are you devising for the upcoming elections? Joe, why don't you kick off the discussion?
Yuck, fine. So friends, you all know that my approach is all about building connections and bringing the country together. That's why my big strategy involves a captivating nationwide train tour. I'll be hopping on the Amtrak, traveling through states, and extending my hand for a hearty shake while softly saying my introduction. I'm Joe Biden. It's all about that personal touch, and I'm confident it'll resonate.
Joe, that's tremendous. Your train tour, just like your camaraderie, is sure to leave an impression. But let me tell you, folks, my strategy takes to the skies. Imagine this. I'll be the captain of my Trump-branded private jet, skywriting my timeless slogan, "Make America Great Again," high above every state in the Union. And believe me, nobody does skywriting messages like I do. It's going to be something.
Joe whispering your campaign into people's ears, and Donald soaring your message through the clouds. Both unconventional and intriguing, I must say.
Speaking of connections, my campaign thrives on unity, hence my ingenious idea, a nationwide celebration named Bring Your Ice Cream Day. Every American, regardless of political allegiance, will take part in this festivity, and to sweeten the deal, I'll hand out free ice cream cones to my supporters, a token of my gratitude.
Just like my campaign, folks, red, white, and blue all the way. And you know what else? My innovative strategy involves hosting a grand Trump Tower rally. We'll build replicas of Trump Tower, reaching for the sky as a symbol of unity. Unity walls, of course.
Joe, a scoop of unity, and Donald, a tower of unity. You two have truly impressed me with your imaginative campaigning.
I'll be the shining star of unity, lighting up the campaign trail with my charm. Or at least I hope to shine for a few fleeting seconds before I momentarily lose track of where I am.
Just like my message, folks, unstoppable. And my new campaign slogan, Trump, not just a president, but a legend. It's catchy, believe me.
Dodging obstacles like a seasoned strategist, Donald. And Joe, never underestimate the power of your authenticity, even if it's wrapped in a bit of forgetfulness.
Just like lightning, my campaign ideas sometimes strike with brilliance until they disappear.
Bananas, folks, because my campaign's appeal is just as strong. Ha ha!
Moving forward quickly, much like I did with the Affordable Care Act. Now that's a boost. Once again, I've secured first place, just as I established diplomatic ties with Cuba.
Second place, my friends, at least I'm consistently somewhere.
I'm calling for a recount. This game is rigged, just like the biased media.
All right, enough about campaigns. Let's remember that we're here for some lighthearted Mario Kart competition, guys.
I'm always up for another round, just like I'm always up for winning.
And I'll contribute my secret strategy. It's here somewhere, I promise.
Well, we didn't see it yet, Joe. Can I ask if you've been practicing your gaming skills or not?
Wow, what a silly question, Barack. Of course. Well, I have to say I've been putting in some serious effort. I've been practicing my button combinations, making sure I can tell the difference between the gas pedal and the brake pedal. You know, the basics.
Joe, those pedals can be quite tricky, believe me. But let me tell you folks, I got the best pedal control. Nobody handles pedals better than me.
Joe, I'm glad to hear you're dedicated to improving your skills. Now, Donald, what about you? Have you been training like you're in the gaming Olympics?
Let me tell you, Barack, my gaming skills are tremendous. I've been winning at games my whole life. And when it comes to Mario Kart, I'm a natural. It's in my genes, believe me.
Well, Donald, I've been practicing too. My grandkids have been giving me tips. They even showed me how to hold the controller the right way up. It's been a real learning experience.
Joe, a learning experience indeed, but don't worry, it's all about having fun, no matter how skilled you are.
You know, guys, I've been watching my grandkids play these games for years. They make it look so easy. But let me tell you, the first time I tried, I ended up driving in circles, literally. It was like a turbocharged merry-go-round.
Just like my strategy, always on point. And let me tell you, when I first started playing, it was like a miracle. I was winning races even before I knew which button was the gas.
Joe, I'm sure you're getting the hang of it, just like how you mastered delivering speeches over the years.
You're right, Barack. I might become a star on the track soon, just like I was on the campaign trail, most of the time.
Just like my policies, this shell is unstoppable. And my gaming strategy, it's the best, folks, believe me.
Navigating obstacles like a pro, Donald. And Joe, keep your eyes on the road, not on those elusive policy points.
Lightning strikes, just like my talent for humorous one-liners, or so I've been told.
Looks like I secured first place again, just like I aimed for the top during my presidency.
Second place, folks. At least I'm consistently second, which is, well, something.
I demand a recount. This game is rigged, just like the so-called experts claimed.
All right, enough about gaming skills. Let's remember, we're here for a good time, folks.
Another round sounds great. We've got enough time, but let's finish this one first. I want to grab the victory here, just like I've grabbed victories in all my winning rounds.
And I'll bring my determination. That counts for something, right?
Sure, Joe. So now that it's sunny outside, do you guys have any ideas for a holiday destination that you're considering?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and how about a trip to the Grand Canyon? They say it's a breathtaking sight, and the best part is I won't need to worry much. I can just let the beauty of the landscape leave me in awe.
Joe, the Grand Canyon, believe me, it's an excellent choice. But let me tell you folks, my idea is even better. How about a vacation at the Trump International Golf Links? I've got the finest golf courses. Nobody plays golf like me. It's going to be an unforgettable experience.
Joe embracing the wonders of the natural world, and Donald pursuing excellence on the golf course. Two distinct flavors of vacationing, I must say.
Speaking of vacations, my plan for the Grand Canyon involves a leisurely stroll along the rim, taking in the magnificent views, and maybe even setting up a folding chair for a well-deserved nap. Adventure is great, but sometimes you just need a comfy spot to reflect on life.
Just like my approach, folks, always right on target. And let me tell you, at the golf links, it's going to be an adventure in itself. Imagine this, the best caddies, top-notch golf balls, and for the grandest entrance, a helicopter ride to the green.
And trust me, folks, my vacation will shine brightly on the itinerary, just like my contributions in the Senate, or was it my role as vice president? Sometimes the details slip my mind.
Just like my vacation plans, this strategy is unbeatable. And my resort strategy, it's top tier, folks, believe me.
Sidestepping obstacles, Donald. And Joe, a vacation that's bound to be as memorable as your most unforgettable speeches.
Lightning strikes, just like the nuggets of wisdom I've gathered over time.
Well, when you can remember them, that is.
Haha, Joe, why not share one of your memorable stories from your past vacations?
Well, guys, gather around for a tale that involves a sandy adventure. It was a sunny day at the beach, and I decided to take on the bold task of building a sandcastle. My grandkids were my eager audience, and I envisioned creating a majestic castle that would rival those of ancient times. However, my artistic vision and my architectural skills seemed to be playing hide and seek. What emerged was less of a castle and more of a sandhill with questionable stability. But then, in a twist that would make Hollywood proud, I found myself accidentally knocking it down, conveniently turning into a quirky impersonation of Godzilla. The result? Roars of laughter from the grandkids and a memory etched in sand.
Joe, that's amazing. Nobody conquers the realm of sand quite like you do. Believe me, I've seen sand sculptures.
Joe, the master of sandy terrain manipulation, and Donald, the connoisseur of sandcastle aesthetics. Quite the pair of talents.
Speaking of holiday stories, there's this one Thanksgiving that has its own touch of comedy. I, in my boundless enthusiasm, decided to take on the noble task of carving the centerpiece, the turkey. With absolute certainty, I believed I possessed the carving skills of a master chef. Alas, as the carving knife descended, the turkey looked as though it had faced a culinary tornado. It resembled a turkey that had wrestled with a whirlwind, a true Thanksgiving twister, if you will.
Just like my turkey carving expertise, folks, always on point. But let me tell you, my holiday story is a masterpiece. During one of the Christmases at Mar-a-Lago, I organized a gingerbread house-making contest of epic proportions. Imagine this: sparkling decorations, creative ambitions, and a spirited competition. Naturally, my house was the epitome of gingerbread perfection. Nobody crafts gingerbread masterpieces quite like me.
Joe, a turkey taming twister, and Donald, a gingerbread virtuoso. Your holiday adventures truly paint a vivid picture of the celebrations.
My holiday spirit shines, just like the glow of those enchanting Christmas lights that sometimes require a diplomatic touch to untangle.
Just like my holiday plans, this shell is unbeatable. And as for my New Year's resolution, it's simple: be even more remarkable if that's possible.
Navigating obstacles with the finesse of a seasoned statesman, Donald. And Joe, I have no doubt you untangle those Christmas lights with the grace of a true leader.
Much like lightning, my stories resonate with the holiday spirit. Well, I hope they do at least.
Looks like I've secured first place once again, just as I aimed for the top during my presidency.
Second place, folks. I'm consistently, well, second. It's a certain type of consistency, isn't it?
I'm calling for a recount. This game is rigged, just like some claims about holiday feasts.
Donald, have you ever found yourself in a bit of a predicament during your vacations?
Well, Joe, let me tell you, I've been on so many incredible vacations that there's bound to be a story or two. Trouble, you know, I'm too skilled at vacationing to get into trouble.
Oh, come on, Donald. Everyone's got a humorous vacation story. You can't have taken that many trips without a single mishap.
All right, you got me. There was this one time when I decided to go snorkeling in the Caribbean. Beautiful waters, crystal clear. I put on my snorkel gear and dove in with all the confidence in the world. Only I forgot to put on the flippers. So there I was, flapping my arms like a bird trying to swim. People were looking at me like I was some kind of avant-garde water performer.
Ha ha ha, flapping your arms like a water dancing maestro, Donald. That's quite the picture.
Oh, Donald, that's a good one, but let me share a vacation mishap as well. On a family trip to a tropical island, I decided to try my hand at windsurfing. The instructor made it look so easy, gliding gracefully on the water. Me? Well, let's just say I spent more time in the water than on the board. At one point, I even got tangled up in the sail like a human pretzel. The locals had a good laugh.
Joe, a windsurfing pretzel, that's a mental image I won't forget. You've got some talent there.
Joe, weaving yourself into a windsurfing masterpiece. We're in good company when it comes to vacation stories.
Just like my vacation experiences, folks. And let me tell you, there was that one time I decided to try parasailing. I went up there soaring like a majestic eagle until I realized I forgot to secure my toupee properly. It almost flew off, and believe me, that would have been an international incident.
Hot toupee! Donald, always keeping us entertained, whether it's on vacation or elsewhere.
That's right, Barack. My vacation adventures are legendary.
Just like my vacation plans, Joe. And speaking of vacations, folks, I once attempted to rappel down a cliff in the Swiss Alps, only I didn't realize my harness was on backward. The guide had a good laugh as he corrected me. Tremendous experience nonetheless.
Well, Donald and Joe, your vacations sound like a series of memorable misadventures.
Much like lightning, my vacation stories strike with their own kind of brilliance.
Looks like I'm going to secure first place once again.
Oh, really, Barack? Well, I've got a question that's been bothering me. Mr. Obama, I'm curious, what significant accomplishments do you believe you've left behind for America during your time as president?
Donald, you're never one to avoid direct questions, are you? Well, let me indulge you with some highlights. During my presidency, one of the major accomplishments was passing the Affordable Care Act, which provided health care access to millions of Americans. We also took strategic steps to rescue the economy from a deep recession. And let's not forget that we successfully located and eliminated the elusive Osama bin Laden. These are just a few among many significant achievements.
Donald, Barack has a long list of accomplishments, and I was right there beside him for quite a few of them. Remember, I was vice president during his administration.
Oh, right, Joe. How could I forget? But you know, folks, I had some pretty important moments during my time, too.
Oh, we're all ears, Donald. What important moments are you referring to?
Well, there was that time I constructed some remarkable buildings. I made deals that were beyond fantastic. And let's not forget, I was the star of a reality TV show that became a huge hit. That's got to count for something, right?
Donald, your signature blend of confidence and humor is quite something. But let's not lose sight of the fact that we're here for a game of Mario Kart, not a debate about accomplishments.
Bam, watch out, guys, or I'll throw a banana peel at you both, and you can be sure it will hit you. Just like my moments of significance, folks, always right on target. But you know, Barack, the things you mentioned were indeed substantial. Not too bad at all.
Well, Donald, I appreciate the acknowledgement. And I must admit, your unique way of presenting things is truly impressive.
Donald, if we're talking about accomplishments, let's not forget that I played a crucial role in passing the Violence Against Women Act. Plus, my dedication to promoting unity is something we could all benefit from more these days.
Joe, unity is important. There's no doubt about it. But let's also remember that when I was in office, I had my own methods of bringing people together. Everybody talked about me all the time. It was like I was the star of a show.
Donald, your ability to command attention is definitely notable. And Joe, your commitment to unity is commendable, especially in today's environment.
Just like lightning, my commitment to unity strikes with impact. And while sometimes I think a bit more attention like Donald's wouldn't hurt.
Just like my tactics, folks, always ready for action. But you know, Barack, you had your fair share of moments too.
Navigating challenges like a seasoned diplomat, Donald. And Joe, your journey toward unity paints a powerful picture.
My pursuit of unity shines brightly, just like the American spirit. And Donald, I'll admit your moments were, let's say, uniquely memorable.
Unique is indeed the right word. So what did you guys do last weekend? Joe, care to be the first to share?
Absolutely, gentlemen, listen. Last weekend, I decided to enjoy a leisurely walk in the park. I thought, why not appreciate nature's beauty and recharge? Well, folks, my attempt at serenity turned into a humorous episode of Find the Missing Shoe. Unbeknownst to me, I embarked on a mile-long journey, blissfully unaware that one of my shoes had decided to take a different path. It was like I started a new fitness trend, half a walk for double the calorie burn.
Joe, that's fantastic. Nobody takes a stroll quite like you do. Believe me, I've observed strolls.
Joe, the pioneer of the innovative half-walk fitness, a fascinating weekend activity indeed.
Speaking of weekends, it's ironic you bring up exercise, Barack. On Saturday, I made the bold decision to try my hand at yoga. I found a beginner's instructional video online and thought, how difficult could it be? Well, folks, let me tell you, I found myself contorted into positions that might have been labeled as human origami. I'm quite certain I invented a new yoga style. Let's call it Baidanasana. Trust me, it's not for the faint of heart.
Just like my mastery of yoga, folks. But let's shift gears and discuss my weekend. I hosted a spectacular golf tournament at one of my fabulous golf courses. People came from far and wide just to witness my swing. My swing, folks, it's one of the best in history.
Your weekend pursuits offer an interesting contrast.
My weekend adventures shine like a star, much like the moments of triumph I strive for.
Speaking of weekends, I organized a grand charity event on Sunday. Tremendous, believe me. Attendees said it was the most outstanding event they've ever witnessed. And I raised more money than anyone, and I mean anyone ever.
Navigating challenges with the grace of a seasoned diplomat, huh, Donald?
My weekend stories resonate with their brilliance. And Donald, your charity event sounds, well, characteristically impressive.
It seems I've secured first place once again, much like my pursuit of excellence during my presidency.
Second place, folks. Perhaps I don't excel at Mario Kart, but my weekend anecdotes compensate for it.
I'm calling for a recount. This game is rigged, just like some folks claim about, well, many things.
Well, everyone, it seems our race is reaching its conclusion. And before we wrap up, we just want to take a moment to express our gratitude to all of you for joining us on this Mario Kart adventure.
That's right, everyone. Your support and enthusiasm mean a lot to us. We hope you had as much fun watching as we did racing and sharing some laughs along the way.
Absolutely, folks. Your viewership is fantastic and your sense of humor is something else. Remember, no one appreciates Mario Kart fun like we do.
And we've definitely had a great time competing against each other, swapping stories, and engaging in friendly banter. It's been a wonderful way to come together, despite our differences.
That's the essence of it, folks, finding common ground and enjoying the lighter aspects of life. And hey, if we can do it while racing Mario Kart, why not?
So, thank you for tuning in, folks. You've witnessed quite the showcase of Mario Kart skills, or in my case, the lack thereof, but it's all in good spirits.
As we wrap things up, let's remember that even in a world with various viewpoints, laughter and companionship can bridge the divides.
So, until the next time, folks, keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep spreading that sense of unity. And if you encounter us on the racetrack again, be prepared for some intense competition.
That's accurate, folks. Until the next time, stay great, stay fabulous, and continue to shape America. Well, continue to shape it however you see fit.
Catch you all in the next video. Thanks once more and have a wonderful evening.